Hello, I'm Matt Miller, co-host and associate producer of the RPM Show. Now, in this video, I will be giving a review of Grown Ups, which stars Adam Sandler and along a huge ensemble cast that includes Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade, Rob Schneider, Maria Bello, Salma Hayek, and Maya Rudolph. Now, this movie is about five guys who have known each other for their entire lives. They played basketball in middle school. Well, that's the center of the story is they played basketball. When they were yay high. Well, their coach dies 20 years later, and they are all reunited at his funeral, and then they all take their families and loved ones to this lake house where they spent a lot of their times when they were playing baseball with on weekends. Well, chaos ensues as they are reminded of their um, younger days when they were young and did all kinds of mischief stuff. Now they're doing the same stuff with their kids, and so chaos ensues. Um, Now, as an Adam Sandler movie, I must say that this is a definite improvement on from his last movie, which was last summer's Funny People. As you all remember, Funny People was a Judd Apatow movie, which also stars Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill and the whole Apatow crew. Well, that was in my opinion, Adam Sandler's not funny movie because it just simply was not funny, and a lot of the funny stuff was all in the trailer. Now, that's another good point because in this movie, they actually, yeah, they had a few things that were funny in the trailer that were still in the movie, but were still funny. However, they kept a lot of the good stuff out. There were a lot of extra laughs that really helped this movie um, become a huge thing. Now, now, as far as my thoughts on it, I must say that I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I mean, it was completely hysterical. I mean, it was a lot more hysterical than I was expecting. Um, for example, I mean, it's just the amount of laughs that it's just it was funny. I mean, words. I know I'm stuttering over myself here, but just words cannot describe how funny this movie is. It's well worth the 10.50. Um, Basically, it's one of those rare comedies that just it'll totally take you by surprise, and you find out that it's a lot more funny than you thought it was. Especially being an Adam Sandler movie, whose last great movie was Click, and before that, Anger Management, and of course, those of you who know, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. But in so doing, he brings along a huge, great cast. Great casting. Kevin James, who was quickly becoming, a huge movie comic actor outside of the King of Queens, which was his show on TV, where he's done stuff like On That Pronounced Chuck and Larry, which he did with Adam Sandler, and Hitch. And of course, Chris Rock and David Spade and Rob Schneider, who we haven't seen in a movie since forever, make kind of I'd say a little bit of comeback with this movie. They actually begin to show how funny they are, whatever. Um, now, if you now this movie is of course it's for the I'd say it's for the whole family, but there are a lot of crude moments, but that's to be expected from a movie like this. You're gonna have a couple of crude moments, that's gonna fly over your kids' heads, but I kind of wait to take your kid to see this until it's on DVD. That way you can you watch it first, and then you can fast forward through or fast forward get through the crude spots first, kind of parts that you don't want your kids to see. But anyway, Grown Ups was a phenomenally funny movie. I wouldn't say phenomenal. I'd say hysterically funny. But it's well worth it. I mean, as I said, it's Adam Sandler's redemption from Funny People. Um, and, it's I think he's back to his usual comic roots, doing stuff every year with a huge cast and stuff that's actually funny. Because I think I've said this already, but Funny People was not funny. All of you who did not like it, well, then you can just email me at adam@therpmshow.com and give me your thoughts and opinions and why you thought it was funny, or why you didn't think it was funny, or if you agree with me or disagree with me. But anyway, if you have any questions about Grown Ups, it's a very funny movie. I highly recommend it. For some summer comic relief. Because I must say I'm probably going to say this on the show whenever, but I must say that this summer is totally dragging so far in the last 2 months. It's whatever, but we got another 2 months ahead of us when there's a lot more coming out. So we'll wait and see. But anyway, if you have any questions about Grown Ups, or if you haven't seen it yet and you hope this review was helpful and you go see it and you want to share your thoughts and comments with me, email me at adam@therpmshow.com. And also, if you have any questions about anything else that we discussed on the show, you can email Ryan or Mike at their email addresses, ryan@therpmshow.com and mike@therpmshow.com, respectively. And you can check out our website, therpmshow.com, and check out our Facebook page, and also watch more of our videos on our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/rpmradio. And of course, you can download us on iTunes, where you can download us for free. Until then, just one final word. Grown Ups is, I know I've said this 1,000 times already, Grown Ups is funny. And not just funny, hysterically funny. A lot more funny than you would expect. I mean, definitely one of the summer's best comedies so far. But until then, hope you enjoy a phenomenal, good rest of the week. And we are getting up to a holiday weekend, 4th of July. Now we've got two major movies coming out, which are Twilight and The Last Airbender. Now, I will probably be back to talk about The Last Airbender, but then again, you never know. I might get dragged to Twilight as part of our business deal. The three guys go to the movies, so we might suck it up and deal with it, but we don't know yet. But until then, have a great week, and I'll be back soon to talk about another movie coming out this summer. So, see you later.